I thought our time of possession was good. I think we needed to convert a couple more on third down, which would have tilted it in our favor. And obviously, if you're plus in the turnover ratio, that's going to give you more time. I thought our pace was right where we wanted it to be. We mixed it up the way we wanted to. But no, I think that wasn't the issue. We needed to convert on third and hold on to the ball more, and that would have yielded some more time of possession, certainly more ball control. So, but it was good tempo today, and we're trying to get them ready for Thursday. So we did a goal line in short yards live today, which was good.
In this day and age, though, where everybody, I mean, Oregon's of course the exception to a lot of rules when it comes to that, but you'd be more satisfied with, like you said, converting on third than getting up to the line real fast every single play.
Yeah, again, I think
guess people that way.
Yeah, I just think from our standpoint, just being a defensive coordinator, it's much harder to defend multiple tempos than it is to defend one tempo. So I believe in multiple tempos, multiple groupings, and then obviously formatting accordingly. So I think from that standpoint, we're where we need to be going into the first scrimmage, and we plan to utilize a bunch of different tempos.
It's still very early, but who are some of the guys who have stood out either with their intensity or some of the plays they've made so far?
I don't know. I just think we're getting really good leadership, and it's a lot of the veterans right now. I think Deion Bush is, guys are drilling down on what they need to improve on. Deion's a great example of that. He's much more vocal, much more demonstrative. He's got really good command right now, so I'm really happy for him and the changes that he's made. And Kirby, was really locked in yesterday and today, and is doing a good job leading. Tracy's had a good mindset, so on the offensive side, Brad's been doing really well with his command in the line of scrimmage. So there's others, but again, I think they have a good approach right now, and everybody's trying to fix a defect.
How's Joe Yearby looking
great.
in practice?
Doing great. Yeah, got a great mentality. His conditioning is really good, and he's big. You guys can probably tell he's big. He's over 200 pounds. I don't think he broke 190 in the spring. But we gave him a goal weight of 195, and he just kept lifting and getting stronger and bigger, and so he's moving really well at that weight.
How does he complement Gus?
Again, I think all four of those guys are in the rotation. So if we get let's say we get 8 outside zones during the day or inside zones, whatever it is, we're trying to get each of them 2, irrespective of what line is in there or what quarterback's in there. We're just trying to make sure they get to see all the different plays. But those guys are interchangeable right now, and I think Chalk has shown his maturity and his conditioning. He's running harder and better. And then Mark is really learning it, So I think from that standpoint, we're just going to let it run and see where it happens here in the next 12 days or so.
Badgley and Vogel, the kicking game, how's that kind of coming around?
Well, it was tough this time last year, man. And we didn't know we weren't going to have Matt Gudis. This time last year, we were hopeful that he was going to return. I remember just thinking he was going to return and thinking he was going to get stronger, and it didn't materialize. And then all of a sudden we were left with 3 spots, kickoff, field goal, and punt that we were trying to fix. So it feels a lot different right now, especially with Frank and Jordan Butler snapping. Those 2 guys are doing a good job, but it just those guys are mature, and there's a lot more poise than there was a year ago for those 2 guys. So I'm pleased with that.
Do you expect Nick to be in that mix too for snapper, or is he focusing Nick Linder?
Short snap. Yeah, short snap. Yeah, he can short snap. Hunter Knighton can short snap. We have a number of Joe Brown can short snap. So we're trying all those guys out right now.
How Badgley looked today? We saw some kicks there towards the end of practice.
Oh, Badge is doing good. Badge is, confidence wasn't Badge's issue, right? So I think, you like that in a kicker, just real gutsy, confident, always embellishes where his line is pregame. It tells me I can hit it from, 152 this way and 95 into the wind. But he's confident, and he's developing a process. Don't forget, he's an athlete. He's not, Badge was a good football player in high school. He wasn't just a kicker. So he's an athlete, and now he's developing into being a good kicker. And to do that, man, you got to be methodical. It's like going to the driving range, and he's starting to do that, which is good.
And
Who's
Vogel,
the holder? I'm sorry.
Oh, just a number of holders right now. We'll try a bunch. I think he's most comfortable with Vogel, but we haven't. I mean, obviously Malik would be a great holder too. It gives us a lot of options, and so there's a number of guys there that can do it now. We were redshirting Malik last year, so.
Do you need to see more of the same from Vogel this year, or what areas can he improve in?
Oh, I think he's doing a really good job. You know, Vogue is quiet but steady and self-assured, like quietly self-assured, and just he goes about his business. And he had some great ones today. I would say, what he does is he's like from a coverage standpoint. You know, you can hit the 60-yarders, but they're hard to cover. And what he does is he hangs them up, and so there's not a lot of return. You know, whatever the ball lands, it's net. So he's good at that, and we just got to maybe get a little bit better at the directional.
I wanted to get your thoughts on Dallas. Obviously, you got into grad school last week, and you obviously talked about the effort he puts out on the field, just his commitment in and off the field. What has that meant?
Yeah, I mean, I think, he's the epitome of what we're trying to help young people do. Right at the end of the day, I mean, he's in grad school. He's got a degree. He's part of the leadership council here in the school. He's a leader on our team. He's really, he's building a great resume and adding great experiences to that, and he'll be equipped for whatever's next. But right now, his focus is on, just doing everything that he needs to do every day to make sure his teammates are doing what they need to do, and just being a leader. And he's very, very mature. To have that in the locker room is refreshing.
From here to September 5th, where would you like to see Quan Muhammad make the most strides?
I don't know. I mean, he's doing good. I mean, that's a tough race there. There's a lot of competition there, both on the regular and the nickel. Trenton is one of those guys that, from a coaching standpoint, Trent gives you what you want every play. And he's in great condition. He ran better than he ever has. Quan obviously missed a lot of time, and he's coming on strong. He's working hard, just continuing to study the game, and focusing on the little things. And Demetrius is over there as well, and Patch. And then on the nickel, there's a whole bunch of them competing. So the race is just beginning, for Quan. But just the little finite details now, because he just seems to be it seems to be quiet in his mind. He's playing faster, but now the finite details and the techniques.
How daring do you want Patch to get on? You talk about directional on kickoffs. How daring do you want him to get there?
Oh, we got to get better. We weren't good enough last year. He's got to get better, and we have to get better at kickoffs. Vogel has a good leg for that too. So that's probably, in terms of the race or in terms of the competition, that's probably where the biggest competition is. But we have to get better there. There's no question. And whether that means directional or getting more touchbacks, and certainly covering it better, all three of those have to happen.
Which would you prefer, though? Would you prefer a ball pinned in a corner, or would you prefer just taking a touchback and knowing where you're going to start from?
Yeah, I think knocking it through the end zone.
Al, two days tomorrow. Has anything changed?
No.
Format,
2 days easier than a one-a-day.
Why is that?
They're both. I think we're an hour and 45 in the morning and an hour and 40, all in the afternoon with a big break in between, and it's just easy. It's easier, to be honest with you. It's easier than the lift and meet and walk through and all that. It's going to be. The guys are surprised always on the first two a day how quickly the practices are over. So it's gonna go quick. If we do a 2-a-day, we take care of them. You guys know we do run game and play action in the morning, and then we do our drop back and 2-minute and stuff in the afternoon.